Realizing that something is strange with reality can lead a normal person to become an enemy of the system. The Matrix will activate its defense protocols to suppress any potential threat. The agents will be sent in to maintain the status quo. Nobody can awaken from the illusion that is the Matrix, and those who try to will suffer severe consequences. This is the story of Des, a man who dreamed about living a peaceful life, but then discovers that reality wasn't as real as he thought and becomes an enemy of the Matrix. Welcome to Matrix Explained.
Welcome to the desert of the real.
The Matrix universe is full of incredible and thought-provoking stories that lead us to reflect our own existence. The Matrix comic book titled Sweating the Small Stuff is one such tale. My name is Des. Who am I and what I do isn't important. What's important is that I get a grip. See, for the last month, I've been seeing things. Weird things. Things that make me think I might be losing touch with reality. So I'm trying extra hard to have a normal life. I need a normal life. Like anybody does. Anybody. That is except Mia. Mia is my girlfriend. Mia's idea of a normal life is running drugs for some psycho named Marlo and living to do it again. Well, it was her idea of normalcy until she quit after listening to me complain about how I never saw her anymore. She laughed because she felt I couldn't care less about the illegality of her profession, only that I wanted to grow old with her in some cute fantasy she says I have about a house and a yard with a white picket fence. And she said, "Take a good long look out that window and tell me if you see any white picket fences." Then she added, "Moron. Mia, I really appreciate you giving up drug running, but your choice of an alternate occupation still sucks. Jeez, Mia. Guns? Oh, Des, you're such a nag. Running these guns from the distributors to the cartels take a whole lot less time out of my week. Pays better. I should have done it months ago. That's what you wanted, isn't it? To have me around more? Of course it's what I want. But guns? Look, Mia, I'm freaking out here. I could use a little support. I need to feel grounded in some kind of normalcy. I keep feeling like I'm seeing things, that I'm being watched, that I'm being followed. I'm the one who should feel like I'm being followed, Des. I didn't exactly leave my drug running gig on the best terms, if you get my drift. But I think your sympathy paranoia is actually kind of touching though. I'm serious. Something is wrong. Look, maybe it's me. Maybe I have a brain tumor. That would explain everything perfectly. I'm dying. Bam. End of story. Except it's not. I know I'm okay, but everything I see or touch or taste feels fake somehow. It's like I can't trust reality. Damn it, Des, you were taking the drugs I was running, weren't you? That's why Marlo was accusing me of holding out on him. I don't know what you're talking about. I never did any drugs, Mia. It started 6 weeks ago. No warning. I was pouring sugar in my morning cup of coffee, and all of a sudden, it was as if I looked right through reality. Can you imagine? Everything I see, everything, is numbers, not molecules or atoms. Numbers. And the worst of it is that I feel like these guys in black are watching my every move, like they view me as a threat. Maybe reality is just something we've created to protect ourselves from the absolute psychic terror of our isolated existence, that ultimately we are all alone. So now can you understand why I want you here with me, Mia? Mia doesn't have time to answer. There's an explosion of wood splinters and lead, and all I can think is, they found me. I can't see Mia or hear her. The heavy smell of gunpowder fills my lungs. I think I scream for Mia to get down, but I can't be sure. The gunmen are armed to the teeth. I don't know what I've stumbled into, but I know that they're going to kill me. Me and poor Mia. Then I think, moron, and I run. Between bursts of machine gun fire, one of the gunmen shouts his salutation. Marlo says hello. It's not the guys in black suits and sunglasses. They're not here for me. It's the cartel, selling their latest courier's retirement plan. I'm just collateral damage. They're here to kill Mia. Then through the smoke, I see her. She's raising a machine gun, and she's laughing at them. Time slows, and I see it all. The answer, it's right there. I can touch it. It's beautiful, simple, and it scares the hell out of me. I come out of my daze to stare into the faces of the gunmen. There's terror and shock in their eyes. No more numbers. No digital scream overlaying reality. Just fear. Then they die. Suddenly I hear the whine of helicopters approaching. In my mind, I flash on the man with the sunglasses. The man becomes a multitude, and each is armed, and each is 100-fold more lethal than the best equipped cartel gunmen. Mia grabs my arm, and we begin to run. I don't know what's going on, but I know we have to get away, as far away as we can, and we have to keep running, away from them, toward answers. At least Mia and I will be running together. When it comes to reality, you take what you can get. Dez is an idealist, which comes from the philosophy idealism. He is disconnected from reality, but not because of the Matrix. He lives in an illusion of what he wishes his relationship to be. He wants to spend the rest of his days with his girlfriend, Mia. He rejects her job. He has a dream that one day he and his girlfriend will live together in a nice house with a white picket fence. Dez lives in a fantasy world. He's waiting for something that isn't going to happen. The irony of this story is that living in a fantasy is what leads Dez to question reality. He felt incompatible with reality since he could not have the life he wanted with Mia. Maybe reality is just something we've created to protect ourselves from the absolute psychic terror of our own isolated existence. That ultimately, we are all alone. This piece of text has multiple implications. The first is solipsism, which proposes that we cannot know for sure if the people around us are real, if our friends, family, or any random person exists outside our minds, that they all disappear once we no longer interact with them. Solipsism says that you can only know that you exist. Everything else that you think exists is a delusion. The idea that reality is illusory is interesting. Within the context of the Matrix, solipsism does not exist because all humans are connected to a computer. Humans are interacting with other humans and programs. So you could say that they are not alone. But Dez feels lonely because Mia makes him feel lonely. He created an illusion of what his future would be like to protect himself from the truth. Dez feels completely alone and is living between illusions. These illusions are interrupted by something philosophers like to call a date with reality. Although Dez is living between illusions, with a girlfriend who does not act as he imagines, and even questions if only he exists, the moment comes when the consequences of his existence catch up to him. Ayn Rand once said, "You can avoid reality, but cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality." This is what happened with Dez. He avoided Mia's work, he avoided reality itself, and he eventually had to face the consequences. The story ends with Dez saying that when it comes to reality, you have to take what you can get, but at least he is with Mia, and a final image of his dream house with the white fence in Matrix code. Dez has finally given up on his dream of a peaceful and happy life since he's not sure anymore if reality exists. All that he knows for sure is that he wants to be with Mia. For Dez, reality doesn't matter anymore, only she matters. Many scientists and philosophers believe that it doesn't matter if we live in a simulation or not, because at the end of it all, the only thing that matters is that we are alive, that we must accept the reality that we have been given. A suitable conclusion to this interesting and somewhat romantic story. The moral of the story is, Dez lived between illusions, and although his reality is in fact fake, he does have something real, Mia's love. Even if everything around you seems fake, you must hold on to what matters most. But do you agree? What do you think about the idea of solipsism? Should we just accept reality as is? For Matrix Explained, please leave a like and subscribe. And thank you for visiting the Desert of the Real.